So me and alcohol, it's I would say I don't drink for 9 years, so it's a little bit hard for me to tell you right now. But I would say when I did drink alcohol, when I did that, but I was much younger, I was like 25, 26, and I would say it was like just a lifestyle. But again, then I did so many uncontrolled things, like wrote some texts which I'm maybe not supposed to people that I don't need to, and just it was fun, but at the same time, all these hangovers. So when I talk about sobriety, it's more about the substances, like it's not more, it's about drugs,
About
So
drugs.
I would say it's more serious, maybe, So yeah, so me and alcohol, it was a long story ago, like 9 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. And your story kind of, and drugs is more recent for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My story with drugs, it's very recent story, and it just happened when I moved here to United States 9 years ago. It just happened, I got to this night party scene environment, and then I became a very famous event producer for big events, and everything, all of this stuff, substances were around. But again, it was my choice. I have friends who were in this environment and they didn't do drugs. This is always a choice. But my choice was like, I feel great. I can control myself and everything, and that's not a problem. This is my choice, and I can handle it. And, it was a very glamorous, fun life at that time. I don't regret this. I'm happy that I had this in my late 20s, early 30s. Now I'm 36. And my decision to become sober when I was 35. So I'm glad that I went through that experience. I know how was it. And now I have another purpose in my life. And but for the last 6 months, and I wrote about this in my book, that for the last 6 months I start numbing myself every day. I start doing drugs every day, and not because of the fun, but because of not very good life. And I just want really to numb myself. I didn't want to feel anything, but actually it's become worse and worse. I start paranoid. I start to be very angry to people. I was in this victim mode, like this is all their fault. I'm great. Even my close friends, she started asking me, like, when the last time did you do drugs? I'm like, 2 days ago, but it's not a problem. And she said, maybe you need to think to stop doing that. And I said, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I got to that point when I thought everything is fine, but actually everything started to fall apart. And then if you're going to ask me how I make this decision, I don't know, but I guess just because I just stop respect myself. And respect for me is one of the most important thing. You don't need to be rich, but you can be a good person. You can do good things, and I will respect you for that. So myself, I was not already successful in my career. I didn't look good. I didn't have any healthy routine, like I just slept as much as I want, like I didn't do any sports. It's just like a living, like I didn't have any future. I didn't know what to do. And then I just decided, okay, I can't do this anymore. And just magically happened that I started doing my journey. To be honest, I thought it's just going to be a break for 1 month, and then I'm just going to make it less. But 1 month, then another week, and then I'm like, oh, actually, I like it. I like how I feel. I feel so good. And again, that's about my book, Emotional Sobriety. To quit the drugs, it was the easiest part. The most difficult part is to stay. That's why my book calls Staying, because it's about the staying with yourself, with real you, with your feelings, with your doubts, with with all your thoughts, which sometimes telling you you're not good enough, back to your lifestyle that's much more fun, you're not fun right now, why are you doing that? So I went through this through the whole or during the whole year, and that's about what I would like to share with the world.